Greetings and welcome. Today it's Minority by Green Day for Zillerator 2099. I guess there's a lot of Zillerators out there, but before we get going, I hope you don't mind if I take just a few moments to lob some pejorative vituperations at the following people to chastise them for signing up for the Patreon supporter of the Cause Club. Mike B, Matthew Royalty, and Weird Web Radio. Guys, how dare you? Thank you very much for your support. That was a good one. And if you'd like to find out what that's all about, the link, of course, is in the description. For the intro, grab a C chord. Here's the plucking pattern, but feel free to make it yours and or be loose with it if you like. It's going to be A, G, D, B, G. Switch to a G chord, and our plucking pattern is going to stay mostly the same, except for the fact that our bass note is not on the A string anymore, it's on the E string, so it's going to start with E. E, G, D, B, G. Then to F major 7, which is baby F with an open baby E string, and our plucking pattern is going to start on the D string now. D, B, G, E, B. And then back to C, but now it's going to be quite different. Start with your middle finger off of the D string, pluck that D string, and hammer back on. That represents our first two notes, followed by A, B, G. That's the first half. I'm going to do all that for you. I'm going to be loose with it and not be afraid to make it my own. I figured something out in real time there as I was doing it. When you're going from F major 7 to C, but you want to start with your middle finger off, don't even worry about your ring finger at all. That way your pointer finger is just going to stay. You're going to pluck your open D string, hammer, and then spider walk your ring finger there just in time for the pluck. It'll be a lot more fluid and less clunky, for me anyway, so give that a try. Rather than trying to go. I feel like that's a frenetic kind of For the second half, we're going to start by doing the exact same thing to the C that we just did, except no need for spider walking because we're already in position. Then to G, just the same as we did it the first time. And then switch to F major 7, but we really only want to hear the D and the G strings. If we get a little B and a little E string, that's okay. But mostly the D and the G strings just how they are. Then D2, G open, just the open D string as you switch to and land on C. Second half. Great news, that was the difficult part, and like I said, feel free to make it yours. The Green Day police are not coming to your house. Next comes the chorus, I Want to Be a Minority, and I just want to say, they're switching to electric guitars in the studio recording here. I'm not going to reach over and grab another guitar. That said, there's a couple of decisions I've made that are a little different than what they did, and I'll point those out, but they're more geared towards, again, staying on your acoustic guitar, because I wanted to get that intro just like that. K, C, F, G, F, 4 times, that's it. Play any F you like. C, F, G, F, C, F, G, F. Into the verse. Now the verse may remind you of some Bob Dylan songs. It's only 4 chords, but it's in 4 different orders in the 4 lines. You might want to write this down, unless you're on my Patreon, in which case you get my handwritten, figured out by ear tab. Okay, here we go. First line. C, G, F, C. Then C, G, F, G. Followed by C, G, F, C. Then C, F, G, C. Back into the chorus. That brings us to the bridge, and this is where I did exactly 2 things, just a little bit different than the way Green Day did them. Again, in the interest of staying acoustic guitar friendly. After this, I'll show you what they did, and you can make your own decisions. Here we go. A minor, E minor, F, C. Second line, A minor, E minor, F, G. Third line is the same as the first. E minor, F, C. Last line, A minor, F, G, 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 G. And then I'm using this chord to slide back into the verse. I want that B note on the A string 2nd fret, so I'm going to play G with a B in the bass, which is really just take your middle finger off that E string and make sure to mute that E string so that the lowest note we hear is that B note on the A string. By force of habit, I took my pinky finger off too and muted that E string. That's okay too. Do either one, but G, 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 G with a B in the bass verse, and so on and so forth. There's 2 strumming things I want to talk about in that section. The first one's on the A minor. I'm just going down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Simplest thing ever, but it feels like it should be different. Just 7 strums, alternating downs and ups, starting on down, ending on down. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And so on. The second point, of course, is on that big long G section. Now, I've been doing this for a little while now, meaning today, over the last hour or so, and I keep doing it a little bit different. I encourage you to try it a million times and do it however it's comfortable for you. I don't think there's a wrong way to do this, but I'm going to show you what I've kind of settled on. The first thing I want to get done is that the chicka chicks are down, up, down. By the way, the chicka chicks are achieved by just lifting my fingers off the G chord without completely letting go of the strings. So they're touching all the strings without pressing them down. So, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. And I like the big ones to be the ups. That way I'm in position to go down, meaning I've gone up and now I can go down next for the chicka chicks. So, up, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down. Sliding into it chord. That said, I keep doing the very first big one on the G chord as a down. So I've settled on, kind of, if I did it for another hour, it might change again. But for the moment, I've settled on down, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up. Slide chord verse. And so on and so forth. All right, so the way Green Day really did it, the E minor in the bridge was never E minor. It was always E power chord way up here. That sounded great, didn't it? But I want to stay on my acoustic guitar, right? You can do that if you want. I don't like to play power chords on the acoustic guitar. That's me. That said, when they switched to electric guitars, I don't think they were really ever playing open chords. They were playing power chords. So this whole song would have been power chords. Again, acoustic guitar friendly. Second thing, instead of the slide into it chord G with a B in the bass, they played the B power chord. So it would have been... But I don't like that sound of the, just the root 5th chord, the power chord going into the full entire root 3rd, 5th open chord that we get. I don't like that sound, so I like this better. You might like this better. And this thing. That's completely up to you. And that's it, so go forth and vituperate pejoratively. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that was fun and helpful, and I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.